to the Muslim Viewpoint, a video podcast powered by the national non-profit media platform American Muslim Today. I'm your host, Rifat Malik. Today we're looking at the harrowing case of Sara Sharif, a British Pakistani Muslim 10-year-old girl whose life was dominated by horrific abuse before it was tragically cut short. Yesterday, her father and stepmother were found guilty of her murder. This is a deeply disturbing story, one that underscores how the systems of too many countries that are meant to protect vulnerable children are failing them. A warning to listeners, this episode contains graphic details of abuse. At 2:47 a.m. on August the 10th, 2023, police in Surrey, a county that's 20 miles from London, received a shocking call from Islamabad airport in Pakistan. The man on the line was sobbing as he confessed, "I've killed my daughter. It wasn't my intention to kill her, but I beat her up too much." This was Rifat Sharif, Sara's father, calling from thousands of miles away. By the time the authorities arrived at their family home in the town of Woking, they found Sara's lifeless body on a bunk bed covered by a blanket. Next to a pillow was a handwritten note from Sharif admitting to the killing. "I lost it," it said. The post-mortem revealed that Sara had suffered unimaginable abuse. Her small body bore evidence of a lifetime of violence: bruises, broken bones, human bite marks, and even burns from a domestic iron. The evidence in the house, homemade plastic hoods, packing tape, and the bloody cricket bat painted a horrifying picture of her final days. Sara Sharif was described as a spirited and sassy girl by her former teacher. She loved playing guitar and dreamed of performing on the X Factor. Her favorite color was pink, and she loved eating chicken biryani. But behind her cheerful school persona, she endured unrelenting violence at home. Sara's short life was marred by systemic neglect. Even before her birth, her family was known to authorities. Social services had been involved with her two siblings, documenting injuries and incidents of abuse. Despite these warnings, Sara was repeatedly returned to the care of her abusive father and stepmother, Banish Batul. Court records revealed a grim history of domestic violence, neglect, and abuse. Sara's childhood was spent in and out of foster care, but each time she was sent back into harm's way. In 2022, Sara was removed from school to be homeschooled, a decision that cut her off from teachers who might have noticed signs of abuse. When she briefly returned, teachers reported visible bruises, but their concerns were dismissed by social services after a 6-day investigation. The abuse escalated in her final weeks. Sara was bitten, burned with an iron, and subjected to cruel punishments. By the time she died in August 2023, her body showed signs of at least 25 broken bones and a traumatic brain injury. The case reached the Old Bailey Court in London, where Sharif and Batul were convicted of Sara's murder. Sara's uncle, Rifat Malik, was acquitted of murder but found guilty of allowing her death. Following the verdict, Detective Chief Superintendent Mark Chapman of Surrey Police said he had never seen such horrific suffering of a young person in his 30-year career. He added, "It's one of those cases that touches every single person who's involved in it, and I'm sure has touched many members of the community as well." Detective Chief Inspector Craig Emerson added that Sara's murder was one of the most difficult and distressing cases that Surrey Police had ever dealt with. Children's Commissioner Dame Rachel D'Souza said Sara's murder highlighted profound weaknesses in our child protection system. "There can be no doubt that Sara was failed in the starkest terms by the safety net of services around her," she said. "Even before she was born, she was known to social care, and yet she fell off the radar so entirely that by the time she died, she was invisible to them all. We can have no more reviews, no more strategies, no more debate. When we say never again, we have to mean it. Let that be Sara's legacy." The Commissioner called for a raft of changes, including proper oversight for children like Sara being homeschooled. Sara's memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew her. A polka dot bench now sits at her old school, inscribed with the words "Sara's Buddy Bench." It stands as a somber reminder of a vibrant young life lost too soon. Thanks for listening and tuning into the Muslim Viewpoint. If you value our public service journalism, please support our non-profit 501c3 by following us on social media at American Muslim Today or donating at AmericanMuslimToday.com. And before you go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.